Hey everybody, it is Jana, and I thought it's finally time to do a video where I show off up close some of my paintings. So let's get into it. We're going to start off with the one that I just finished this morning. It's called Strawberry Chocolate Bliss. I love it. I got the idea for the color background from someone on TikTok, and I think she did a good job at picking a color. So there's these two little ones. I really love butterflies, and I was just like, you know what? I have these really small canvases. Let's just have some fun. And this is what I came up with. All right, this is called The Rose. It is kind of like a mosaic style, stained glass, whatever you want to call it. It's one of my first ones. I think it was the first one I did this year in 2026, if I remember correctly. It took a long time. It was definitely a learning curve, but I love how she turned out. So if you've been following me for a while, you would know that I love my bee paintings. I do a lot of bee paintings. I'm not going to show them off all right here because some were presents and some were for art trade, so I don't have them all. But I'm going to show you my first one and then my favorite one. So it's the first one I ever did. Queen Bee, or Bee the Change, I guess is technically what it's called, but has like little bees, and definitely need work on my technique I've worked on my technique since I made this one. You can definitely see where things should be retouched up. But I love her, and she inspired me, and I cannot wait to get back into making more bee paintings, which will be soon. I'm working on one more piece right now for a gift for somebody, and then after that I'm going to do bee paintings again. But let's look at my favorite one. And this is probably my favorite painting I've ever done. I wish I made it bigger, because I love it so much. But it's my Under the Sea Bees. I don't know. She just speaks my language. Love her. I could look at her all day long. She's just pure perfection. Another one of my favorite things, just in general, other than butterflies, is mushrooms. I love eating them, I love looking at them, and I love painting them. And these two are my two favorite mushroom paintings I've done. I'll show you the one that I created first. It's called Critters in Space. So it has like a butterfly, a frog right there, a snake wrapping around, a little bee. But I think it's really cute. I love how the moon turned out. And then my second one was, I believe it was my first Crafts and Yap video, but it's my stained glass mosaic mushrooms. I think I did so good on this one. I love how it turned out in general. I have no notes. Personally, I think it turned out better than I was expecting it to. This next one, I recently did, I think it was, besides the two that I'm working on, well, the first one I showed you and the one I'm working on, I think this one I did before that, right before. It's this one. It was inspired by my Crafts and Yap little canvas magnet lemon painting I made. Love how it turned out. I love the strawberry. This is what inspired me to do the first painting I showed you. But I just love how the papayas came out, everything, the lemons. So cute. This next one I'm going to show you, I believe I made it last year in 2025, and it was right when I was like starting to get into painting and trying to figure out my style. There's definitely a lot of things that I would change nowadays if I were to redo it, but I do think she's still really pretty. So it's fruits and floral. Obviously, I really enjoy the fruit theme and the floral theme. I do that a lot. But I have fun with it. But definitely, like, up close, you can see a lot of the imperfections and, like, things that need to be repainted. Like, all the details in some of these flowers has, like, vanished. But overall, I still love her. And this next painting, it's kind of one of those paintings you can kind of set it one way or the other. It doesn't matter. But I do think it turned out really good, especially for someone that didn't have skills on how to do a lot of this stuff when I first did it. I believe I also made this last year at the end of the year. It's espresso martinis and margaritas, but really you can hold it this way, you can put it this way, but I love how I did the background. It's kind of like wood grain in a sense. But yeah, I think it turned out really cool. This next piece I'm going to show you is not a painting. I did paint a little bit, but it's mostly clay. And it's probably one of my all-time favorite things I've made outside of my bee painting. But you'll be able to see yourself a little. But it's a little mirror, and I made all these cool clay creations to go on it. It's like my whimsical fairy mirror, and I just use it as a decor. I don't really ever look into the mirror, but it's one of those mirrors that you'd find in the $5 section at Target, but I got it at a store that like buys overstock, so you get it for cheaper. So I got it for like $2. I'm like, oh, score! And then that way I'm also not giving it to Target, even though I still shop at Target, which I know I shouldn't. Don't judge me, please. So I do have other paintings and stuff, but those were like my favorite ones. So I think I'm just going to leave it there for now. But if you want to see any more, you want me to go even more in depth on them and show more details and talk about them more, just let me know. I'll definitely do even a longer video. But thank you for watching. Subscribe, follow me on TikTok, all that fun stuff. Look on my Etsy if you want to buy anything. I have a bunch of like small paintings and stuff on there and some clay creations. So have a great day. Bye.